Hey everyone, I'm really glad if you're joining me live or if you're watching my recorded video at this point. I'm really passionate about helping people to reach optimal health in a natural way. And I think that we all should be able to support our health on our own. I was always looking for ways that my patients could actually support their health by themselves. And essential oils have really been that missing piece. And I have to say, I don't know why I'm always so nervous with Facebook Live. I don't know, is it because I'm talking to myself or what it is, but I'm going to take a breath and I'm going to relax. Okay, so essential oils can really support our health, and we can use them to remove all the chemical toxins in our homes and what we put on our skin. And I don't know if you're all aware, but most people are exposed to about 300 toxic chemicals. Hi guys, throughout the day. And most women have exposure to about 80 chemicals before breakfast. So that's a lot of chemicals. And those chemicals come in the form of cleaning supplies, what we put on our skin, lotions, potions, our shampoo or conditioner, anything that you may be cleaning your laundry with, the dryer sheets, all that stuff is toxic chemicals. So, we always hear the word toxins, this is toxic. So what does that really mean? What are these toxins? Well, if we break them down, they can do a whole host of damage to the body. So we have endocrine disruptors. So that means that it's disrupting how your hormones are working. You have all these glands in your body, you have all these chemical reactions. You introduce, some lotion that you put on your skin, and it takes 26 seconds for it to get into your blood. So then these chemicals then interact with your normal biochemistry, and they could slow processes down, or they could speed them up, or they could totally halt them. And so they can affect how your hormones are working. So that's endocrine disruptors. Then we have metabolism disruptors. It can actually, all the chemicals, whether it be cleaning or on your skin, can disrupt your metabolism. And then we also have a lot of chemicals, and I think that if anybody is using conventional cleaning supplies or stuff on their face, that includes makeup, hair stuff, any of that stuff, lotions especially, you are applying carcinogens to your skin. So what does that mean? So the chemicals in those supplies, we'll call them, they have chemicals that are carcinogens, meaning they cause cancer. So, like I said, you put something on your skin, it takes 26 seconds for that to get into your bloodstream. And then we also have DNA interrupters. So basically what that means, I guess I say basically a lot, I'm hearing it now. Our genes turn on or turn off, right? So if we have particular chemicals in things that we are applying to our system, they could turn on genes that shouldn't be turned on, or they could turn off genes that should stay on. So you can wind up with a whole host of different problems. So that is what it means for when I say toxins, and that word, I'm so toxic. Well, besides people being toxic to us, we want to stay away from them. These toxins really affect how our bodies are working. So my challenge for all of you is to go to your cabinets and pick 3 things that you use on your skin or that you clean with, and look at the back and read what those products are. Thank you. See what those products are, and read the label. Whatever you don't really understand, you can't pronounce, is probably what you should look up, and then go to Google, or I like to say the Googler, and put in those chemicals, and then put dangers of, and see what shows up. There's also a great website, see, now I'm starting to relax. There's also a great website called EWG, which stands for Environmental Working Group. So it's ewg.org, and you can put in most of your products even by name, or you can put in the chemicals, and then it'll come up with a rating of how toxic that chemical is. So it could be, I think, from like 1 to 6 or something. So you want to, kind of stay below the 2. Because a lot of things you'll notice will show up that you thought were safe that will actually be a 1 or a 2, based on that they could be toxic to plant life, or they could be toxic to fish. So that's one of the things that I recently just learned also. So tonight what I'm going to be talking about is the Young Living Essential Oil Premium Starter Kit. And the reason I'm going to talk about that is because it's a great place to start to learn to replace all the chemicals. So that kit itself, which looks like this, is a great place, and you get another oil. This is the bigger bottle of it. Is a great place to start. These oils themselves can literally help replace all the chemicals that you're using in your home and also support every system in your body. So to get started with that, it's $160, and I'm going to go through all these oils and really what you can do with them. And if you see me looking this way, I'm just trying not to go off tangent too much because I tend to do that. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. So what are essential oils? Well, essential oils are, I like to call, the most magical part of the plant. They are steam distilled from plants, whether it be leaves, stems, flowers, bark, rinds, and they are root, and they take all that plant material, they steam distill it at low temperatures, and then you wind up with essential oils, and then they put these in these amazing little bottles. So you could take an oil or anything that you put on your skin, I said a couple of times already, and it'll get into your system within 26 seconds. And they have shown that you can see the effects of the oils throughout the body and the different systems in about 20 minutes. And what you could actually see to understand how that actually might work is you can take an onion, you slice it in half, and you put it on the bottom of your foot. And I think it's like within a half an hour, you can actually taste the onion in your mouth. So you could see how putting something on your foot can affect all the way up into your mouth. So I think that's pretty cool. You might maybe want to try something else. I don't know what else you could use because that's kind of gross. But so my husband is downstairs and I just heard him giggle. So like I said, the essential oils can support all the different systems in your body. So it can support your endocrine system, so those are the hormones. It can support your musculoskeletal system. It could support your respiratory system, your immune system, my favorite, the nervous system, the emotional system. It helps support a healthy brain, healthy heart. And you could literally use all these oils to help support your system. How it works is they carry nutrients and oxygen to the cells, which then help also to actually push out some of the toxins. So that's how the oils work on themselves. So the essential oils are actually what I don't know what the word is, they circulate the nutrients in the plant. And that's why they're so awesome when we use them in our body or on our body. So you can inhale an oil, which could totally support your, emotional system. You could put oil in a diffuser and, ease a cranky child. You can use essential oils in the evening if you have trouble sleeping to help calm you down for a restful sleep. And you can literally use essential oils, and I happen to like which I'll talk about again in a little bit, their cleaning supplies. You could literally replace all the toxic chemicals in your house and what you use on your skin, and swap everything out so you can lead a healthier life. There's nothing we could do about the toxins in the environment, but we can take care of what we put on our skin, what we use in our homes, and especially for people with children, you want your kids to not be bombarded by all these endocrine disruptors and carcinogens from a young age. You want a clean home, right? Okay. Hi guys, I see a bunch of other people joined. It's like chiropractic hour, it looks like. All right, so where am I? All right. So there are over 300 essential oils, but you really only need about 10 to 20 to get a really good starter to really support every system in the body. And you can use essential oils several ways. Thank you, Worley. So my favorite way, and what they say is the most powerful, is aromatically, and that means breathing it in. Because our limbic system, which is the emotional center of the brain, it's the only the only sense that goes directly to the brain. So if you eat something, it's got to go into your digestive system and then into your bloodstream. If you put it on, it's got to go through your circulatory system. But if you breathe something in, it goes right up to the brain, which is why if you go somewhere and like there's like a smell that kind of reminds you of like a time in your life or, your childhood, that's why, because your limbic system is very connected to your sense of smell. So if you have a diffuser, you put water in here, and then you put whatever oils you're going to be using, and you can mix them. You don't have to just use one oil. And then obviously yours would have a plug. You plug it in, and it would disperse it through the air, and you make a nice aroma and also help you relax or whatever you're using the oil for. You can also take a bottle and you can sniff it. So that's one thing. You could also put a drop on your palm. Rub your hands together and then breathe it in like this. And this happens to be Valor, so let's see how much slower I talk and calmer I am after this, because this is like, I call it courage in a bottle. So that's how you could also use it aromatically. My amazing husband made me this necklace, and there's like a little hole in here, and he shoved cotton in there, and I can actually pour oil on that little piece of cotton. So I have a diffuser necklace on me all day. I also like to wear some kind of bracelet that can carry the oil, whether it be rope or leather, and you literally just pour a drop. I'm going to be covered in Valor. The oil on, and all day long you have the essential oil on you. So nobody needs to know what you're doing. You're dealing with some stressful people, whatever it is, you take a whiff, you take a breath, and you're calm. All right, so that is aromatically. And then we could also use oils topically. So when we use oils topically, we want to be careful because these oils are so potent and powerful that we want to possibly dilute them. And the way we can dilute them is by using some kind of carrier oil. So that would be a fatty oil like almond oil, grapeseed oil, coconut oil, any kind of oil except for that one makes you silly, Lisa. I love that. That's awesome. Any oil, but obviously you don't want to use like Crisco or even canola oil. And you can I do these roller balls. You fill up the roller ball and then you put whatever essential oils that you want in them and you cover it. This one I actually is like a sampler thingy. And you can roll it on your skin. So you could definitely use that topically. You could add it to any kind of lotion that you're using. Obviously you need to be using non-toxic lotion. So that's how some of the ways you can use it topically. And then you can also ingest essential oils. Now, in a little bit, I'm going to talk about the different types of essential oils and the quality. And the reason I chose to work with Young Living is because their quality is right on. So a lot of oils out there, you go into Marshalls, I always pick on Marshalls, Marshalls or Home Goods or even Bed Bath & Beyond, and you get, a bottle of lavender for like $6, but you're really not getting a high quality oil. So Young Living has a seed to seal promise. And what that means is it's their seeds, it's their land, they cultivate the land, they distill their own oils, they test it, they have someone else test it, and then they bottle it, and then it gets sent to your door. So the whole process is contained, and you know exactly what you're getting. It's all organic. You're not, a lot of other oil companies get oils from brokers, so you're not really sure what you're actually getting. So if you're going to use the oils, even if you're going to breathe them in or put them on your skin, and particularly if you're going to ingest them, you want to make sure you're using high quality oils. So that being said, Young Living came out with a vitality line, so all the white labels, you know what oils are safe to ingest. So you can ingest a lot of different oils. This happens to be lemon. So, for example, I would take my water. I do this for an excuse to drink, except I don't think there's any lemon in there. I actually have lime here. I'm going to put a drop of lime in my water. You could tell I use the lime a lot. I don't even think there's any in there. Oh, there it goes. And then you literally just take a sip or drink your water. I happen to love lime in my tequila. makes it really good. We make some, homemade margaritas with a little tequila in them. It's really good. There's this drink called Ningxia, which I'll talk about in a minute. I like to add lime to that also. Lime happens to be one of my favorite oils, I think. So you can ingest the oils. You could also make capsules out of these oils, and you can order them through Young Living. You can order them on Amazon or wherever online. And you just want to make sure you're getting non-GMO capsules. You don't want to be adding stuff that your body does not like. And then you fill the capsules. I thought I had one over here. You fill the capsule with the carrier, because the essential oil molecules are these tiny little molecules, and the fatty oil are bigger molecules, so it slows the rate of absorption into your system. And the same thing on your skin. So these oils are so potent that you want to kind of slow that introduction to your system. So adding the carrier oil into the capsules is a good idea when you're ingesting them. There are tons of oils that you can use for cooking. I actually made these awesome vegan lemon bars. They're with cashews, and I used a lot of lemon oil instead of the lemon rind. They were so good. So good. If you guys want the recipe, you message me and I'll get it to you. I can't remember where. I think it might have been Alana's Pantry that I got it from, and instead of using the lemon zest, I used the lemon oil. And then I also used a little lime too, because I was running out of lemon. I have the most empty lemon bottles. Okay, so that's how we can use it, the 3 different ways. So as I was saying before, quality matters. So unfortunately, there's no official, rating system in the U.S. to be labeled, by the FDA. And in order to label something pure essential oil, it only has to have 5% essential oil in the bottle. So that oil that you're getting, I'm not going to pick on Marshalls again, in Home Goods or wherever you might see a bottle of lavender, it could say pure essential oil and only have 5% lavender in it. And it could be filled with all kinds of other crap, whether it be fillers, other oils, chemicals. So it only has to have 5%. So that's why it matters. So a lot of times if you look at some of those bottles and you look at not that I could read these little labels anymore without glasses, you could see that it says do not ingest, do not apply topically. Okay, so if I can't ingest it, I can't apply it topically, why would I want to breathe it, right? So that's really another reason why it's important to use high quality oils. So there are 4 categories, and there is grade A, which is therapeutic grade, and it's organically grown. They're low pressures, low temperature, which is how the oils should be processed. And these are, particularly Young Living is those kind of oils. These are the only oils I really think anybody should use. So my thought is, if you're gonna take the time to remove toxins and pesticides and all that kind of stuff out of your home and out of your body, I don't know why you would go and use an essential oil that's full of, pesticides and chemicals. So grade B is food grade, so it's labeled that it's food grade, but they can use pesticides, chemicals, high heat, which destroys the actual quality of the oils doing their job. So that is grade B. And then there's grade C, which is perfume grade, and they use hexane, which is a carcinogenic chemical, and that's how they get more oils out of the plant. So I guess it leaches out more oil than naturally would with the steam distillation. And that's usually what's in those store-bought oils is hexane. And so they could have a bigger, yield of essential oils, but it's kind of worthless. And sometimes people are like, oh, I tried essential oils, it didn't work. Well, that's probably why. And then we have floral water, which is the water that's left over from when they distill the oil out. So it's basically the garbage. And that, depending on even how they extracted it. So if it's hexane is used to extract it, then you're basically drinking hexane water. So I don't think anybody wants to drink hexane water, do they? All right, so those are the different grades. And that is, again, why I chose to work with Young Living essential oils, because they're of their seed to seal promise. So it's their seeds all the way to the bottle, the whole process. So you're getting the highest quality that you could possibly get. So people say, well, are essential oils safe? Absolutely. You know, most medicine really came about from the idea of the chemical constituents of plants. So they then take all that information and then they try to recreate it in the lab. So, you know, these are the original medicine. So, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. So the only thing that I always warn people about that's really important is that if you're using citrus oils, you don't want to put them on your skin and then go outside because they are photosensitive. So you can actually get some really serious burns if you put these oils on and then go out. So you want to be careful with that. So in the winter time, I actually use a lemon, lavender, frankincense, copaiba mixture in my face cream. But as soon as, like, you know, it's not gray anymore and I'm not really spending that much time outside, I, you know, then I can use it. But otherwise, you got to not use any citrus oil. So that's lemon, lime, orange. You want to be really careful because you could get really hurt. Hi, Carol. Okay, so let's see, what am I missing? So again, you want to dilute essential oils, especially if you're using them on children. Like I said, they can be really potent and you want to dilute them. Hi, Annalisa. All right, so to get started, like I said, the premium starter kit, this is the kit. And I'm going to go through all these different oils and explain how they can help to support your system. All right, I'm going to go in the order that I wrote it down because then I'll make sure I stay on track. All right, so we have lavender. Lavender is what they call the Swiss Army knife of oils. It has so many uses. It kind of reminds me of in my big frat Greek wedding where they took I'll use my spray bottle. The father uses the Windex on everything. Oh, just spray Windex on it. That's what lavender's like. You can use it, and when in doubt, use lavender. It's great for calming. It's really good for your skin. It's a great oil to what else can I use lavender for? I'm just trying to think of what I always use for. So it's really good for if you had any kind of like burn injury type of thing. So I am not the cook in my house. My husband is Michael. And when he's not around, I make eggs. So I was making eggs. I left the plate stupidly next to the burner. I grabbed it and, you know, I injured in here a little bit. I immediately put the lavender on it. It was amazing. So it really made a big difference. So it's good for any sores, sore muscles. You know, you can use it on lavender on there. So lavender is like the Swiss Army knife of oils. Then we have lemon. Lemon is a great detoxifier. It can help flush out your system. It's great in water, great in vegan lemon squares. And it's also good for getting sticky stuff off. So that Goo Gone stuff that people use, it's pretty toxic. You know, probably has some endocrine disruptors or affects your metabolism or carcinogens. So you can use this instead. It works amazing. I have like one of those big giant stickers on the side of my washer, which normally you probably wouldn't take off, but I wanted to test it to see if it really works. So it's totally amazing. You could also use this for stains. This is maybe why we have so many empty lemon bottles in my house. Yes, and if you want to get labels off, thanks Lisa, you can use this also to, you know, I reuse these bottles all the time, and if I'm going to share oils with somebody and it's not necessarily lemon in there, I will take off the label, and if any sticky stuff, you can use the lemon for that also. So that's some uses for lemon. And just so you know, there's like tons of uses for all these oils. You can go onto Pinterest, all different places you can find information. I have an awesome app that I just put in, you know, I look up to see what an oil is good for. Then we have peppermint, and peppermint is great. Put a little peppermint in your water, kind of help ease your digestion a little bit. It's also great for any, you know, aches and ickiness. So if you have any pressure in your head, you can kind of rub the peppermint on your temples. It's great for keeping those little creepy crawlers away. We live on a nature preserve. We do get mice, and I take the empty bottles and I throw them in different places, or I put it on cotton rounds and to keep, you know, the critters away. My cats do not do their job. They do not. They hold vigil in the kitchen sometimes, but they do not do their job. So we use peppermint. So peppermint's great for all that. You can use it on, you know, muscle soreness from working out. Then we have, what's next? We have frankincense. So frankincense is one of those biblical oils. So it shows, you know, how long they've been using essential oils, right? So people have heard of frankincense and myrrh. Peppermint's great for dizziness. Annalisa. Hey guys. So frankincense is great. It's one of those meditative oils. It's very uplifting. My husband doesn't like it, so I don't get to use it that often. But it's really great for supporting the skin also. It's definitely one of those like spiritually uplifting. I like to put it on like the top of my head and then go, you know, take a walk in the woods because, you know, I'm one of those woo-woo people. So I enjoy the frankincense in that way. All right, then we have purification. And this is the anti-stink oil. So this is great for gym bags, for smelly shoes. If you're cooking, you know, I find that cauliflower doesn't always smell so great, or eggs. You want to clear out the smell of fish, I guess. Purification is great for that. Some people use it on their skin for blemishes, but my skin's too sensitive, so you got to be careful, like I said. So you got to seriously dilute. This is awesome oil to take on vacation with you. So sometimes, you know, the hotel room is a little stuffy or the rental car stinks. So what we do is we take a cotton round, we put a couple of drops in the cotton round, you stick it in the air conditioning vent or the car vent, and you turn on the air, and it totally cleans out the room or the car. So we had a tree that fell on our car I guess it's almost a year already, and nobody got hurt, and but we had a rental car, and the thing stank, and we were going to go bring it back, but we tried to use this, and it totally cleaned the car out. They were probably like wondering why it smelled so normal when we gave it back. All right, then we have thieves. I'm just going to take a sip of my lime. There's no tequila in here, I promise. I have a feeling my mother's going to watch this later, and I'm like, glad I said that. Okay, then we have thieves, and the legend behind thieves, oh, purification, yeah, with the bugs, yeah, that with the peppermint works really good. So thieves, the legend is that during the time of the plague, these thieves anointed themselves with some essential oils, and they went around and stole the property of the dead and dying and survived. So it's pretty powerful stuff. It's great for immune support. In the wintertime, I take a drop of this almost every day. I wipe down my chiropractic tables with it. It's, you know, in the diffuser when people, you know, got the cooties. I have to admit, I actually got sick this year for the first time in 7 years. But I think I got better much quicker because I had introduced this into my life. So, you know, you can make honey bombs out of it. You take a tablespoon of honey, put a drop on there, and down the hatch. Help to support that. But I was putting it, you know, straight in the back of my throat because I'm crazy like that, I guess. Okay, so that is thieves. And I'm up to Digize. Digize, I don't know why I have to show you guys the bottles, but I do. Digize is great for supporting digestion. It's got a bunch of different oils in there that can help you with that. So we went to a brain core seminar, I don't remember when that was, I guess last September or something. And the Mexican place was like the closest to the hotel, so we actually ate that twice, and that like killed my stomach. So luckily I had the Digize, and it was probably the first time I had really needed to use it. And I was blown away that I felt so much better within like 20 minutes. My stomach was fine. Do not eat Mexican food 2 nights in a row. Doctor's orders. Okay. Michael, you didn't laugh at that one? Oh. Okay. So I think this is going to be the last time I'm telling this joke. This is RC. It stands for Robin Crouch. I think that's it. I'm done. I think I've exhausted it. It stands for respiratory congestion. So it's great for breathe. You lost my sound? Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? No sound? Michael, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Orly, can you hear me? All right, I'm going to keep going unless someone tells me they can't hear me again. Respiratory congestion. Okay. So this one is great to put in the diffuser. You can replace Vicks Vapor Rub. So if you look up the ingredients on the back of Vicks Vapor Rub, you might not want to put them on yourself or your children. So you can mix this with the carrier oil and rub on chest. It's a great one for that. Okay, RC, okay, good. Orly, maybe you just can't hear. Okay, and then we have Copaiba, and I never know if I'm saying this right, but I'm saying it the way I want to say it. This one is great. They call it a magnifier, so you use it with any other oil, and it helps to make that oil work even better. It's great for muscle soreness. It's great for your skin. This is a great one. It's got a very mild smell to it. It's great to be layered with like peppermint and panaway, which we're going to talk about in a second. So if you're working out and your muscles are really sore, great way to work on that. Okay, then we have panaway. So this one is for, again, is also for muscle soreness, aches. It smells like root beer to me. Or Bengay, I guess, maybe too. This one is great too. So that's Panaway. And did I get through all these? I did. Wow. And then we have Stress Away. So you get all these oils, plus you get Stress Away. You get it in this size bottle though. I just filled a little bottle for somebody, so I didn't have the little bottle. This is awesome. Stress Away. It is what it's for. It says it's for. It's for stress. It's great topically, aromatically. I think you can even ingest Stress Away. It's got lime in it. It's got the copaiba, lavender. This is a great one. This one I probably offer to people the most when I'm working with them and they're having a stressful situation. This is a great oil for that. So you get all those and this, and then you get some little sample packets, which I don't have, and you also get 2 samples of this Ningxia Red, which is a super antioxidant. It's my replacer for my 4 o'clock coffee now. I don't drink that 4 o'clock coffee. I have this. I love to drink it with seltzer. It's got so much nutrients in it. It's like eating 59 heads of broccoli without the gas. And I might say I'm a little addicted to this. So, and it's awesome frozen. I just discovered that. You put it in the freezer and then you slice the bag in half, and it's like delicious ices. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about is the Thieves Cleaner. I have probably tried every natural cleaner out there at this point. And some of them work okay, and some of them don't really work. This is the best cleaner I have ever used. I guess when I shake it, it's kind of annoying for you guys. But this bottle is $22, and you can make about 20 of these 16-ounce bottles. So that's like a little over $1 a bottle. It's basically a capful or 2 capfuls in this, depending on what you're cleaning, and it cleans. It's amazing, and it smells great. So it smells like the Thieves, which is like cinnamony and clove. It really, really works really well. So I highly recommend that cleaner. So if anybody wants to get a kit, and you all do, because nobody wants, endocrine disruptors and carcinogens anymore, right? So if you want to get yourself a starter kit, like I said, it's $160. You get all these oils. You get the diffuser. I'm really surprised I haven't dropped anything. The diffuser. There's a bunch of different options in the diffuser. There's a couple of upgrades too. And you get the Ningxia packets, all for $160. So you're actually getting over $300 worth of oil. It's the only thing on Young Living's site that's pretty much half off. Plus you get me. And there's so much support out there and education that we can get you in touch with. So if that is something that might be interesting to you, that you would like to get started with essential oils, you can message me, you can email me at drrobyncrouch@gmail.com. It's DrRobyncrouch@gmail. Or you can give me a call at the office. I think you can find on my Facebook page my phone number. And does anybody have any questions? Anyone? I think we're probably delayed. Hi, Lauren. You came in at the end. You're going to have to watch from the beginning. All right. If nobody has any questions, I'm going to wait another few seconds. This oil that I was talking about, Valor, this was out of stock for a very long time. They call this chiropractor in a bottle. So it's great for, you know, working on your spine, but it's also, I call it like liquid courage. It really just mellows me out, and according to Lisa, it makes her silly, which I think is pretty awesome. All right, so nobody's got any questions. That's awesome. So if you guys decide that you do have questions, feel free to private message me, email me, whatever you want. I'm always around, whether it be any, you know, kind of question health related that you know you're dealing with and you need some support with. So I want to thank you for listening to me. I went to an event the other night, Foster Inc. It's a dear friend of mine I grew up with, went to sleepaway camp with her. She puts together these amazing women's events, and the whole theme was, you know, getting out of our comfort zone. And one of the things that I say that makes me really nervous is Facebook Live. I don't know if it's because I'm talking to myself or if it's, I don't know what it is, but I could talk to a room full of people and I'm totally fine. But for some reason, this makes me nervous. So you might see a lot of me, so I can get over it. So everybody have a great night. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me, and hopefully you guys will get the toxins out of your house. Have a good night. Bye.